process. I'm going to start with
real quick, brother. Just
yeah,
tell
go
us
ahead.
briefly why we are doing this. Because people saying, well, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to change my name? Just walk us through it as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Brother.
So yeah, it's we're using basically the rules that the system has created against them. So creating an entity in your birth certificate name separates the living man from the entity. So what's happening now is whenever I get any letters or phone calls from, for example, a bank chasing down a loan, then I can use the trademark that I've registered and I can send them a trademark notice and inform them that they need to stop using um, John Doe because that's a registered trademark. And like you mentioned earlier with the celebrities like Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, why they don't use their real names. So that's the same thing with myself. I can stop them legally from contacting me, etc., etc. So that's why I registered my birth certificate name. I hope that helps. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more. But carry on, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. No worries, no worries. All right. So as you can see, the price has gone up. It used to be £12 to register a company. It's now £50. So I'm on gov.co.uk/limited company formation. This is basically where you start. So you click register now. It then asks you if you're starting a new application. You click yes. And then you hit continue. Before you start, this asks you a few other things as well. You just click continue to questions. Are you able to pay for this credit card? Yes, you can. And continue. Any directors or persons with significant control on company's house. So that will be yourself. So you would click yes. For example, you are looking for a new mobile phone contract, for example, when they send you a letter, it's going to be in upper and lowercase. So let me quickly show you what I mean.
Show some slides. Yeah, come
on. I'll just quickly show you what I mean. So if they're going to offer to contracts, yeah, they're going to send you a letter like this. It's going to be like this: John Doe 123 Ray Lane. That's how it's going to look like. So if, for example, you signed up for the said mobile contract, the next set of letters after that is going to be like this, because to them, you've accepted the contract.
That's right.
So this is a corporation. So for example, I don't know, Free Mobile Phone Company, they're now in contract with John Doe. So they will refer you to the all caps name. So this is why it's important to trademark the all caps name and also, I guess, the living man name. So that's what you're going to have to, those are the two things you're going to have to register under your trademark. So that makes sense.
All right. And any questions as we close out this section? Any questions from anyone? Keep it brief, please. As we move on. And I hope you all got your tickets for the Sinners coming up, because we're going to go into some of this, because some of this is in the movie. Some of this is in the movie. All right. Any other questions? No questions? Questions? Any other points or real brief questions? Go ahead, man. This is your space. Remember my space? This is your space.
Yeah. While we're waiting, it's just something that I want to mention.
Go ahead,
it's interesting because society seems to accept, for example, a man who identifies as a woman, they'll accept that, and vice versa, a woman who identifies as a man. But for example, if I then turn around and say that I no longer identify as the all caps name, then the powers that be will have a problem with that. Okay. But surely this is a question for you, King Courtney. Yeah, is that not discrimination? If I want to be, if I don't want to be no longer known as the all caps name, and I declare that that's not my name, surely is that not discrimination?
Yeah, it would be
You
because
see,
yeah, you got the Equalities Act 2010.
yeah,
Where they discriminate, you don't have to. Another thing I would add to you as well, went into this last week, is your bank details, and we have people in our team that have renamed their bank details and removed the appellation. And we explained this last week, the Miss and the Mister. You can remove that. See, because you want to protect your identity in this time of AI, everyone. Remove the Mister, remove the Miss, the Ms. It's none of their business whether you're married or single. That's no one's business. That's private. So they don't know who they're talking to now if there is no appellation on the Mister or the Miss, and they can't refuse. Well, they legally can't refuse that. You know, they legally can't refuse that. So
yeah. It's a couple of things as well. Also, when you get these letters from these agents and these companies and that, at the bottom of the letter it says, maybe it might say signed by the office manager. Well, who I don't know any man or woman that has the name of office manager.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? So they hide behind the titles, but for us, they know who we are. They know our name. So that's why they're easily always trying to get us.
Yeah.
So this is why, for what I've been learning, they say to register your birth certificate name as a limited company. And when you're dealing with these companies, you're dealing with them via your limited company and not as a living man or woman, if that makes sense.
And just lastly, bro, what have you encountered that this has saved you? And by the way, it's not a case of trying to get people off from paying bills, but that which is not lawful, where you're not lawfully obligated to pay, you have a right to dispute. So what have you come up against on this journey where doing this has absolutely helped you? The average man and woman listening to this right now.
Yeah, so let me be honest with you. I've recently just done all of this, and I'm about to send my trademark notices to a few companies. So yeah, but very quickly before I jump off, I just wanted to answer Nakima's question. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name, but she's asking, is that two separate costs with the uppercase and then the uppercase and lowercase? No, it's not two separate costs. It's part of the £170. So as you go through the application, it will ask you that you need a minimum of 2 trademarks. So you just put in your all caps name as how it's written in your birth certificate, and then your uppercase and lowercase name.
There you go. There you go. And by the way, people, again, so this is to register your company. You want to, if I can just share screen again, brother, if you can see screen there, brother. Thank you so much.
Should I stop sharing?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
You want to show?
Nakima's asking, where do you get your trademark notice? You get your trademark notice from, what is it? gov.co.uk. If you go into gov.co.uk and then just type in the search bar, registering a trademark, you can.
I'm going to show everyone that right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
But what I was going to ask is, sorry, brother. Go ahead. How dare I?
So Adrian's asking, would this change apply should you wish to relocate abroad? On this question, I don't actually know, but I'll find out. And when I come back next week.
Once your name is changed, okay. Your name is your name. Let me tell you something, family. You are the sovereign. You don't ask permission for being sovereign. You are sovereign. You're born of natural divine law. That's what sovereign means. You're not born as a corporation. You're born as living men and women. So you are in charge of the life that God has given you. We just have the wherewithal now and the knowledge and the confidence. Number one thing is confidence to go ahead and do it. It's a good question that Nakima asked. So once you decide that your name has changed, that's you. You are a competent grown man and woman. You're not a child of the state. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, there's one more thing as well. Like, you know what? I totally understand. Even me as well. Like, I'm still a little bit scared. I still get a little bit scared because do you know what it is? It's just the conditioning Like we don't know anything else. If we've been conditioned to conform,
Yep.
you know, our parents tell us what to do, our teachers
Yep.
tell us what to do,
Yep.
our bosses and our managers tell us what to do. Like everyone else tells us what to do. But when you look in the mirror, we got to recognize we're looking at a God, we're looking at a goddess. And
Right.
we need to stand in our power and stand in our truth. So as long as we're not causing no injury, loss, or harm,
There you go.
then there isn't an issue. But I get how, and
Right.
myself included,
Yep.
there's a little bit, there's that fear in there, isn't it?
Yep. There you go.
So it's a journey of enlightenment and just self-education really,
There you
and
go.
be like, listen, I'm a god, I'm a goddess.
Yeah.
Why am I paying water,
Oh,
gas, and
you're a god,
electric
bro.
when it's a natural resource? Do you see?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I'll be back next
Thank,
week. I'll be back next week.
thank you so much, brother. And this is a brave step that you've made. You are not actually just learning it, reading about it, you're putting it into practice. Thank you so much. So let me just quickly move on. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to point out that a good friend of mine has got the Black Tech Day in Birmingham, 25th, excuse me, the 15th of August. And there are going to be some tickets that will be given away today. And also, again, as you know, we have the Sinners taking place end of the month. So get your tickets for, if you can get free people to purchase the ticket, £8.30, you get your ticket for free, and that's on me. Now we're going to continue on with what Kent just said there regarding the trademark. Make sure you check the different levels of trademarks and goods. There's class 1, class 2, class 3, whatever is applicable to you. If you want to trade, if you're an actor, performer, if you are an artist, you need to do this. You need to do this. Yeah. Don't just willy-nilly just trademark as anything. If you're in a medical profession or you're in the music or entertainment endeavor, you need to go ahead and look at this. So I will put the link in the chat. And again, this is just great information to know, good knowledge to know. You want to know how to trademark and what to trademark and where to go. This is the Intellectual Property Office. This type of knowledge, this kind of information is not readily available in your schools. As Kent was indicating there, they're not going to teach you how to be free. Yeah. One of the key things they done in slavery was what? Change the name. Because once you can name Kunta to Toby, he becomes your property, thus your slave, which is a good segue into this thing I want to just say about regarding Diddy, or formerly known as Puff Daddy, or formerly known as Sean Diddy Combs. There is a reason why they changed their names. We went into this a few months ago regarding Lil Wayne and his alias Lil Wayne and his birth certificate name Wayne Carter. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole case of this. I'm not going to get into it. But I got a question, and I want to just draw a point that we will bring up maybe later on when we have our good friend who's working in the legal profession to come up. If Diddy is guilty for trafficking, because we're talking about law here and all that stuff, and we condemn trafficking. If Diddy is guilty for abuse and we condemn it, prostitution and we condemn it, transportation of prostitution, we condemn all those things, which comes from the Mann Act, which was a racist act to stop black men primarily from transporting Caucasian women from state to state. Because the man, Jack Johnson, the boxer, anyone heard of Jack Johnson? He used to beat the brakes off all of these white dudes in the ring. And as soon as he did beat the opponents in the boxing ring, then white lynch mobs would go out and kill black people as a mark of revenge. The Mann Act was established based off Jack Johnson. Go and Google this in your own time. They used the Mann Act on Little Rich. They used the Mann Act on R. Kelly. Everyone knows that. They used the Mann Act on Charlie Chaplin. Did you know that, people? Because Charlie Chaplin was seen as someone who was genetically ambiguous. He wasn't seen as a pure Caucasian, as it was with the Irish, as it was with the Italians in the 1920s. So why am I bringing this up? Because if you can put someone in court versus the federal government, yeah, for trafficking, prostitution, racketeering, then the question we need to ask is why can't we take the federal government for reparations, for sex trafficking, for detaining us, for 300 to 400 years of labor? We need to summons and subpoena the UK courts, the UK, excuse me, government and its agencies to the Supreme Court. That's what we need to know, and we're going to get into that a bit later on. But let me just show you something real quick, as we get in, as we get in. Now, we're talking about the names. Everyone knows this guy. Everyone knows who he is. We know who he is, don't we? Yeah? That's Tom Cruise. We're talking about actors today and just everyday people, and why they change their real names. Okay, so just have a brief look at this. So let me just go back a bit. Let me just pronounce it. His name is Thomas Moffat. I've got to pronounce his surname, but basically his name is not Tom Cruise. We're going to get into that. Okay, Vin Diesel, that's not his real name. His real name is Mark Sinclair. How many of us knew that? They changed their names to Vin Diesel, for example, because they become a business, they trade. And it's also trademark protection. We showed a video of Beyonce and Blue Ivy's case last week, and how if anyone uses that name, then they can get a claim put against them. You can do the same as well, as Kent just showed. Michael Caine. Michael Caine's real name is Morris Micklewhite. Who knew that? Micklewhite. So, you know, they have stage names not only to sound more appealing to the audience as actors and superstars, but also is to trademark, and so they can have some privacy, even though they're actors, they have real private lives. Yeah, so you'll find Michael Caine, his name is trademark. I didn't know his name is Maurice Micklewhite. Who else knew that? Natalie Portman, she was in Star Wars, she was in Leon, so many other movies, good actress. Her name is Natalie Hirschlang. Sounds very middle Israeli. Natalie Hirschlang. Her stage name is Natalie Portman. See, this is not just for the celebrities, this is for you and I. Carry on, carry on. Come on, slide. Oh, Ben Kingsley, who acted as Mahatma Gandhi. Laugh out loud. His real name is Krishna Banji. Krishna Banji. I think he does have Indian, Asian origin in him, if I'm not mistaken. But again, that's an example. Emma Stone from Spider-Man and the other movie I saw, I forgot what it's called, but it's a fantastic film that I was watching. A bit weird, but I forgot the name of it, where she was acting as a little girl. Her real name, or birth certificate name, is Emily Jean Stone. All right? So there he is, one of my favorite actors. Tom Cruise, his real birth certificate name, Thomas Cruise Mapava the fourth, or is that the sixth? Roman numerals is not my best thing. No, I think that's the sixth. One and a V. V is 5, 1 is 1. Yeah. So that's his birth certificate. The fourth.
The fourth, yeah.
The fourth. That's right. That's when the I is in front of the V, then it's the sixth. That's right. Thank you so much. So yeah. So one of my heroes and our heroes is this. Not well. He's one of my heroes as well. There's another gentleman that I'm going to bring up on the screen, and I just wanted to really demonstrate to you and I that we have the right to absolutely do this. It's not just the actors. If we're going to be honest, we are all actors in a stage of life. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, we're all actors in a stage of life. So let me just show you something real quick, because what we're tackling here is legalese. When you're dealing with presentments, when you're dealing with the Law Society, legalese is the language of the Law Society. Again, this is not legal advice. This is just simply for educational purposes and information for you to go empower yourself and your family and your loved ones. Legalese, this is a great book, a modern word that is used to describe the legal and technical language used to write laws, wills, and other legal documents. See, when you're doing deed of trust to change your name, it will be written in legalese. When you're doing deed poll, it will be written in legalese. I know my good sister Stacy says she can verify this. She can substantiate this. Legalese is the language of the Law Society. Do not teach this in school. It is our responsibility to teach ourselves and our children. Do not rely on the school system. It is now your responsibility. We cannot blame the government, the system, the white man, the this. No, those days are done. Ignorance is no longer an excuse, and ignorance is no excuse of the law. That's a maxim of the law. So legalese, let's go for this real